Time now to talk travel. We've got Nisha talking to the lovely Steve Collins.
So lovely.
Thank you, Fred. And I think you might be able to do a theme song for Steve's segment, maybe. Yeah? Steve, welcome back to the show.
Thanks, Nisha. Thanks very much. Thank you for having me again.
When it's over.
Now, we are going to be talking about more WA locations today, the Coral Coast, I believe.
Coral Coast, yeah. Well, the Coral Coast goes, well, sort of more or less from Cervantes right up to Exmouth. But we're going to talk sort of like the top two-thirds of it, I guess, from Exmouth going down to Kalbarri, because it is just the most amazing place.
I believe you took your lovely wife with you up to Exmouth to start off with.
Well, I took my wife, but, well, no, she's lovely. She hasn't been up there before, so I thought, you've got to go and see Western Australia. So we hired a camper trailer, and getting in and out of the bed in the camper trailer is really exciting. But here we are, we're at Exmouth here. They're showing my vision without my permission. This is all part of Exmouth, because it's on the Ningaloo Reef. You've got the Cape Range National Park, and you've also got the Ningaloo Marine Park, and this is a little scenic flight we did over it. It's just the most beautiful, gorgeous area. When we were doing that scenic flight, we're in, because they do the whale shark tours up there, where you dive with the whale sharks. This is actually on the roof,
so this is
doing
a coral
viewing.
Yeah,
fantastic coral up there. But as we were doing this, because we could hear the radio between all the whale shark spotters, because they have several planes up there, and there was a pot of orcas or killer whales, and we flew over them. 5 killer whales, just amazing. Very, very rare to see. This is part of Exmouth, because it's on the. Oh, that is
goodness,
so
that's magnificent. Yeah.
But when you get up there, the views from up there are fantastic. You can see all of Exmouth Gulf, which is fantastic. But the canyons themselves, they reminded me a little bit about like a sort of the Grand Canyon. They're sort of that rugged, not quite as deep and not quite as wide, but still spectacular. Just a fantastic place.
Is it quite a relaxing holiday though as well? Because I don't see a lot of people in those images.
Well, this is Flaming Head at sunset. A lot of people go up there. It's great to take a little bit of wine and a few biscuits.
And we just have this image at a party come up.
But you get the most fantastic sunsets from there. But look, there's a lot of people up there. In our summer month, our winter months, everyone goes up there. My neighbour goes up there for 4 months at a time.
Lovely.
Because he likes to escape the cold weather down there, and it's been a good year to escape the cold weather. But a lot of people up there they do fishing. You can camp in Cape Range National Park. They've got all these little beaches. You go there. There's no facilities. There's normally a toilet, but you need to take everything else in. But it's just beautiful. It's just a gorgeous, gorgeous place to visit. The coral viewing was great. You can do go up to Yardie Creek, which is open. It's the first time in many, many years it's been open to the sea. Well, they've had a couple of cyclones up there and a lot of rain, and nobody knows how long it'll be open for. But it's a little bit. What it's doing is it's washing itself out, so it's very, very clean and clear at the moment. So it's really good.
Cool. So you can go up with your camper van, or people have it, have their places set up already.
People take caravans up there, but look, there's plenty of other accommodation up there as well. There's heaps of accommodation. Depending on what sort of style you want, there's cabins at caravan parks. There's luxurious resorts. There's a whole gamut.
Lovely.
Up there.
What did you enjoy the most out of all of those things that we saw? What did you enjoy?
Look, I just think there's nothing better than just going up to the top of Flaming Head where the lighthouse is and sitting there at sunset and watching it all. It's just the most beautiful thing. But I have to tell you, it's got one of the best restaurants up there. A place called Pinocchio's, I think it is. It's an Italian restaurant, but the guy has also, barbecue, the way they do those American barbecues. He's been over there, he's learned it, and he's won competitions over there. So he does these beautiful ribs, the traditional American barbecue way. Fantastic. And then after that, we went down to Coral Bay, which is about an hour and a half south of Exmouth. And Coral Bay, ideal spot for kids. Look at this. This is just such the most beautiful place. It's very, very, very calm. And you walk in there. If you like snorkelling, you walk into the water, and in less than a metre you're on the reef. You can see the colour of the reef there. And the number of fish, this is Maud's Landing. This is where a lot of them moor their boats, and that's beautiful. There's nice snorkelling there. But the thing about Coral Bay, look how close the reef is.
Wow, to
the shore. That is just amazing. One step and bang, you're on the reef, and it's gorgeous. I spent hours and hours and hours just snorkeling there. Great for kids. There's a couple of caravan parks there. There's a sort of a resort as well. It's got one of the best bakeries you'll ever go to. It's got a great pub, which is brand new.
Lovely.
And then the third place I went to was Kalbarri, which is further. That's only about, maximum about a 6-hour drive from
I
Perth.
imagine that's
we
quite
can-
different to the other two locations.
And yes, well, it's ahead of the Murchison River, and it's well known for its gorges.
Okay.
They have pelican
There we
feeding there
go.
every day. They feed the pelicans at
fantastic.
8:45.
I love pelicans.
That's really interesting. They are very interesting creatures when you see them like that. They never know how many are going to turn up. And these are the gorges. This is Z Bend. Fantastic. They are so dramatic and so colourful, and they've got these vivid reds in the rocks. And look at it, it goes right around, and then that little narrow spit of that, a little isthmus, and then you've got the other side of the gorge, and you've got these great rock
That's beautiful.
formations and stuff.
So can you
Not
go
a-
trekking as well?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
you
There's
can-
lots of
yeah.
walks up there. Look, some of them are an hour walk return. Some of them take 6 or 7 hours.
But you go with a guide, right? You wouldn't go on your own?
No, you go on your own.
On your own?
Yeah,
Okay.
no.
What if you get
go on your
lost?
own. And this is a coastline. They've got these massive sea cliffs just off Kalbarri. There's lots of trails up there, very easy to get to. Really, really stunning views. It was really quite wet and rainy on this particular day, and
Does look
certainly very,
overcast.
very windy. Yeah, that's sort of unusual, but then again, it's winter, but it's just a great spot. Great spot up there. The
Great.
Coral Coast, wonderful place in Western Australia to go and visit. Just brilliant.
Beautiful. And you did it in 2 weeks, didn't you?
Yeah.
So you stretched it out a little bit, or do you think that's perfect timing?
No, look, ideally you probably need a bit more, because I didn't have a chance to get into Shark Bay, for instance. And there's lots of other places. There's places like you could stay around Carnarvon. There's the Blowholes and Quabba Station. So I would have said that, really 3 or 4 weeks would be ideal if you want to see it properly.
Fantastic. Well, there's the
Lovely.
next holiday, I think, Steve,
Yep.
for a lot
Get
of
up there.
people. So how do people find out more or contact you?
Well, I can go to Radio Roaming, which is my radio station, radioroaming.com.
Lovely.
There's information on there, and there's lots of podcasts and interviews. I did a lot of great little interviews while I was up there as well.
Excellent. Well, thank you for joining us
Pleasure.
again. We'll see you very soon, I'm sure.
Oh, I don't know. We'll speak to Fred after my criticism of his wonderful singing today. You may not ever see me again.
No, but he wants to sing your opening. You'll be back on. Back to you, Fred.
I don't know, Steve. I reckon you're going to have to sing the next one with me. Very, very soon. Just a quick question for you. When I went up to Exmouth many, many years ago, everything there was called Pot Shot. Is
Yeah.
it still like that?
Oh, there's a pot shot pub, and that pot shot is because that's one of the. It was a big place during World War II. They used to get submarines and have submarines leave from pot shot. That's why that's got that name. Yeah.
Well, there you go. You've given me some info that I never knew all these years ago, and I thought everything was owned by someone called Pot Shot.
No,
Pot
that
Shot Bakery,
commemorates
Pot
World
Shot
War
Laundry,
II.
Pot Shot Resort, everything's
Pot
Pot
Shot Gorge, it's all up there.
Well done.
The Pot Shot burger at the Pot Shot Hotel is delicious.
Beautiful. Thank you very much. You heard it straight from our own Steve Collins. Radio Roaming, thank you for coming in. We'll see you next couple of weeks.
Yep.
Well done. Thank you to Nisha too. We'll see her later in the show. Time now.